Wait, Kabilan.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Continue. Program live.
Okay. A very pleasant evening to all of you. I am delighted to extend a warm welcome to each one of you at the event titled How to Build Career in Social Energy Sector, hosted by the Institution of Green Engineers, that IG. Tonight, we came together not just as athletes, but as member of the vibrant and dynamic community committed to engineering, innovation, and sustainable practice. IG, as many of you know, stands proudly as the Institution of Green Engineers, reflecting our shared vision of integrating environmental consciousness into the very fabric of engineering. It's a vision that unites us, drives us, and inspires us to push the boundaries to what is possible. We are particularly thrilled to witness the friction of our young professional community, dedication in the form of the Hygiene Green Talks. The YPC, our young professional community, has worked tirelessly to create a platform that goes beyond conventional discussion. The Hygiene Green Talks represent a commitment to fostering dialogues among young professionals, seasonal experts, and enthusiastic alike. It's not just a tech series. It's a testament to the power of the collective knowledge and youthful energy coming together shape a sustainable future. As we engage in this discussion, I encourage each one of you to be active participants. Share your thoughts, ask questions, challenge assumption, and most importantly, be inspired. The ideas exchanged here tonight have the potential to see innovation, influence policies, and catalyze change on the global scale. And I extend my deepest gratitude to the Institution of Green Engineers for their unwavering supports, to the dedicated members of the young professional community for their tireless efforts, and to all of you, our esteemed guests, and gracing with your presence. In this script of collaboration and innovation, let us make the most of this opportunity. Let the Aging Green Talks be the source of inspiration, a catalyst for action, and a reminder that our collective efforts today can create a sustainable tomorrow. Once again, welcome to the Hygiene Green Talks. Let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Thank you. And before getting inside the program, I will call Ms. Bhavadharni for the felicitation of the Hygiene President. Mhm. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kabilan, for your warm welcome remarks. Now we gathered here to celebrate Hygiene Green Talk Series 1. This series is a testament to the collective efforts of our vibrant community, reflecting our commitment to growth and excellence. As we reflect on the milestone we are achieved, let us also look ahead with the anticipation and excitement for the opportunities before us. Now I call upon Dr. L. Ramesh, President Hygiene, for opening remarks. Welcome, Ramesh.
Thank you so much, Team IPC. Very happy that so today we all are gathered here for a very good cause. Yes, the Institution of Green Engineers, young professional community, initiated under the leadership of Ashish. He is the chairman, and due to some immediate commitment, he can't able to participate today. So this is the first Aizen Green Talk series. So you all already aware of Aizen. We are working for sustainable development goals. Sustainable development 17 goals are there. We are working for 9 green goals. People across the globe we are having, and we are having members, more than 12,000 members in our membership app, and we have almost 25,000 members in our Facebook groups. We have various groups, and we have Google groups. We have 40,000 members. Collectively, we are connected with 1 lakh people across the globe. And this is one. And when we thought of conducting the program, we need to have a young team, so that team will active more when compared with the senior member. That is the reason we initiated the young professional community. We call it as Igen-Ypc, and a team headed by Ashish and Hari, then Niranjan, and the whole team are there. They done the big plan for a long time, and today our first guest is here, Amya Krishna Pandey, Chief Instructor and CEO at Hire. very happy and very right person for Green Talk. Renewable energy, very seriously, he is working for renewable energy. And in a short span of time, he achieved a lot of things, and he implemented a lot of solar related implementation across the country. And so today he is going to have a discussion with you all, and you can have your doubts, clarifications, so that it will be, because you all know that the future is renewable energy only, because the SDG 7 affordable and clean energy, and SDG 13 climate action, SDG 12 responsible consumption and protection, these three related to this energy. SDG 7 states that in 2030, 75% of the global energy mix to be converted to renewable energy. So there is no other chance. People are moving, and very happy news. India, it is going to achieve 75% in 2028. It is predicted 2028. So we are going in very strong position. But the same thing, renewable energy play a very big role. We and the young team, those who are in graduate in engineering or any other domain, they have a lot of opportunities in solar, wind, and in future the combination of all is going to come in the home. We can have, presently we have very micro turbines. We have 4 meter per second speed. Small wind turbines are there. In future, maybe 2 meter per second wind speed with good efficiency will come. So that time it will be a game changer. Like maybe another 5 years, a game changer will be there. Solar also we are expecting around 50 to 60% efficiency. Whenever presently it is practical efficiency is 20 to 25. So when it reach 30-40%, that time game changer will be there. All will be how homes will be powered with solar. So very soon we are going to witness that, and people now and country also moving towards mobility, complete e-mobility, that also going. So the complete scenario is green. People are moving towards green. In that electrical engineering, computer science engineering, all engineering collectively having a very good job opportunity. So that is what the thing. And maybe in the higher our guest can also give you some intern also, online interns like that also possible. So those who are having good interaction today, you will have an opportunity for that. Maybe he will give you some task related to renewable energy. You can give that. So this is what we needed from the OPC. Not only the session will go like yes, whatever it is, but after session, strong discussion. That strong discussion come out with the conclusion. Tomorrow some students, those who are here, will get intern or some kind of things from Krishna. Then that will be the happy news for the OPC. So we don't want the program to be conducted like a seminar like that. So that is particularly we told our team to take it forward. Like, thank you, Krishna, for accepting our invitation. And always the first speaker will be the best speaker. So you can have the good session with all our team.
Yeah, definitely, sir. First of all, from Haven Institute of Renewable Energy, we are really pleased that you have given us a chance being a first speaker for this Igen talk. And we are really blessed that we have been connected with you, your team. So, and next thing I want to address here that as sir told that it's not about that seminar, or don't take it that way. We want to do it as a interactive sessions. I will ask questions in between the topic what I am going to share with you. And this session is basically focusing on the opportunities and how can you build your career in solar or in renewable
Krishna,
energy.
I think they have some other agenda to introduce you. Then you can start.
Sure.
Okay. Hari, continue, Hari.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dr. L. Ramesh, sir, for the awesome opening remarks about hygiene with young professional community. Now I call upon Mr. Payas Niranjan for the introduction of esteemed speaker of the day. Welcome, Niranjan.
Thank you, Ms. Bhadarni. Now I'm here to give an introduction about our estimated speaker, Mr. Amaya Krishna Pandey, Chief Institute and Chief Executive Officer in IR. Amaya Krishna Pandey, CEO of Amaya, is the solar energy entrepreneur and experience in training, content creator, and online courses. He aims to prepare your young India for the clean energy missions and has over than 20,000 followers on social media. Amaya is an experienced solar engineer skills in electrical engineer, power trading, and solar power plant design software. He completed over 600 solar projects in India, and it has been determines the history of the renewable and environmental industries. Over 100,000 students and professionals have taken his courses for skill developments. Thank you, Mr. Amaya Krishna Pandey, sir, for joining us with us this wonderful moment, and the time and stage is yours. Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Niranjan, for introducing me. And as I already told that we are really pleased that you have invited us for this beautiful session with the young India, with the young teacher and students. So that will be very helpful for them also to understand about the opportunity which is there in the industry, in the solar or renewable industry, if we say. And today I'm trying to take this session a little bit interactive so that if you have any doubts, you can also ask. And there are some few specific things I want to give you in this session. And I want to also give you an idea how can you build your career in solar. Okay, so one by one, we have a PPT. So one by one, I will explain you about the topics and I will try to explain about the opportunity. Okay, so before wasting any time, let me just start the session. So first, let me introduce our institute. So what we are also a specific institute. We are trying to train young engineers and also the professionals who wants to join the solar energy field. So that's why we named our institute as Heaven Institute of Renewable Energy. Okay, so in our institute, currently we are focusing on solar because solar having a best level of opportunities. So that's why we are focusing on solar. But later on stage, we are going to take courses on different kind of renewable energy oriented sector. Okay. So we both are the main operational head for this particular institute. Myself, Amaya Krishna Panda, and I am the main instructor and founder at Hire. And I have my co-founder, Mr. Trinan Banerjee. He is also managing all the operations regarding the course and trainings. So now here, one thing I want to address, that is what is our role in this particular scenario of this particular industry. So our role is to, nowadays, what happens in any renewable energy regarding topics is not well treated in our engineering syllabus. Most of the time, what happens during electrical engineering, mechanical or civil, in the core field, we know about so many calculations, so many theoretical concepts, but we don't know about renewable energy, which is a shocking thing for us, because now the main industry which is going to be grow for the next 10 years, for the upcoming decade, that will be renewable industry. And that is the reason we started this journey. Our goal is to train engineering graduates for the solar projects, solar products, even solar software, different designing software which is needed for solar plant, and then place them in a specific company or job role which is applicable for them and applicable for their core sector. Because nowadays what you can see that the engineer pass out from their electrical, mechanical or civil field, and then they started their career in any software oriented company. So which is that means that 4 years study totally wasted. So that is the reason that we should also, there is an opportunity in core field, but we have to be prepared for that, and we have to be more focused on that particular thing. Okay, so that is our role. We have already connected with so many or like institute as well as colleges. So we are training as a physical as well as we have online courses available. We have a YouTube channel called All About Solar. So on that channel, I have made up already 50 plus videos is there. So you can watch all the videos. You can get a learning about solar power plant basics and what is the use of different kind of softwares in solar power plant. Okay. So now, before wasting any other time, let me come to this main topic, which is the renewable energy importance. So I think we all know about renewable energy, right? Uh, what is renewable energy? Can anybody express that? What is renewable energy according to your idea and your perspective? Anybody? You can raise your hand and you can ask question. We want the session a little bit interactive. So please, those who have any doubts, any questions, you can ask. So my question is here, according to your understanding, what is renewable energy and why we need to use it? Anyone who wants to give the answer? Yes, Hema, please. You can turn on your mic and you can say. Hema, you can say.
Even Uttayan K has typed something on the chat. He said energy from natural resources.
Yes, it's a good answer. Yes, definitely. Energy from natural resources. Any other answer?
Good morning, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, Hema, please.
So renewable energy is an energy which can be renewed and again. So it is from solar, we can be renewed and again. So it is useful for us, sir.
Yeah, it's a good point you have raised. One point we have got that one is from the natural resources we can get the energy that is basically known as renewable energy. And another point Hema raised that which can be renewed. So this is very important term we should remember when we are talking about renewable energy. Renewable energy means which can be renewed, which that means the resources which is available in the earth, which is always available in the earth, which is unlimited for us. Like if we try to compare the same thing in a specific manner, let's say we all use nowadays, we all use the OTT platforms, right? That Amazon Prime, Netflix, or YouTube subscription is also there. So these kind of OTT platform, what they do, when you pay a certain amount of money, they renew your subscription. Otherwise, that subscription will not be renewed. So that means here that renewed process, that means that access. Let's say if you are paying the money to that OTT platform for every month, so your the whole subscription will be renewed every month. But if you are not paying that same thing, that renew, like your subscription will not be renewed. So in the same way, the renewable energy stands in that same manner. Renewable means which can be renewed every time, like solar, wind, hydro plant, biomass. There are biogas energy, tidal energy. There are a lot of renewable oriented sources. Other than that, there will be fossil fuel sources which we are almost dependent throughout the whole world. Still 55 to 60% of energy need has been fulfilled through fossil fuels. So that to reduce that fossil fuel, we need to use renewable energy because fossil fuel have a limited resources in this world. After a certain period of time, that fossil fuel will not be available. So that time, the only thing which will be available for us, that is the renewable energy sources. Okay, so what is the benefit of renewable energy sources? First, environment, because it reduces the carbon footprint and it can reduce the pollution. economic benefit in the sense like, as it's a carbon, like we are trying to reduce the carbon footprint and we are also trying to reduce the emission. So there is a huge chance that these kind of project can be implemented throughout the globe. So when a project oriented industry open up, then there is a chance of job opportunities, there is a chance of employment, so which can bring a new era for the engineers. Next, energy independence, which is a very important term. Now at 2023, we are not being able to understand that point. The energy independence. After almost 10 years, 20 years down the lane, we will understand the meaning of this term, energy independence. Because after 10 or 20 years, we will face the challenge of energy, like the availability of energy. So that's the reason, if you have solar or if you have wind, small wind plant in your house or in your factory, then what will happen? Like, you are not dependent on only electricity line or only grid line. You are specifically generating your own electricity need. If you have an industry, you have your own solar plant and you are using it for your consumption. Then sustainability and social benefits, definitely sustainability, because that as the renewable energy, solar, wind, these things will always be there till the earth is there. So that means there will be a sustainability. That means the power, the generation, the energy, what you are going to get from this particular energy resources, that will be unlimited. But you have to create that resourceful projects. Like you need to put up the wind turbines, you need to put up the solar plants, you need to use the floating areas for the floating solar power plant. There are a lot of opportunity. Hydro plant we can use, but there are mostly current days, for the renewable energy perspective, if we say, according to the investment perspective, if we say, then solar and wind is the preferable resources. Okay. So let me come to the next slide. So basically, these things, I think we all know about it. That is basically types of renewable energy. So types of renewable energy, we all know that. Here you can see that most of the useful renewable energy nowadays, that solar, wind, hydroelectric power, and biomass energy. These four are general. Mostly we use this particular four type of renewable energy sources, but there are other sources as well. But these are very small amount of energy we are generating from it, like the geothermal energy. That means the geothermal energy is a very important part for the ground surface temperature, ground heat we are using for the energy generation. Tidal energy. From the tidal energy or wave energy, there are also almost same, but these are very minimal resources are available for this tidal and wave energy. And then is another term known as green hydrogen. So how many of you know about green hydrogen? What is green hydrogen? Can anybody explain? Anyone? I want to know about how many of you know about green hydrogen.
So it is like water, sir.
It is like water. Okay.
Yes,
Any other answer? Anybody else? My question is, what is green hydrogen? What is the use of it and why we are saying it green hydrogen?
Hydrogen produced by splittering water by electrolysis.
Electrolysis. Okay, you are a little bit right. But why we are saying it as a green? Like if we electrolyze the water, then we will get like two H2 particles and one oxygen particle. But why we are saying it as a green? Okay, I think you guys don't have any idea about it. So let me tell you. it is very easy process. It has been evolved with the time. Now people are accepting it, but it has been developed already 20-30 years back. But that time we are not considering that thing because of that renewable energy, because green hydrogen is a part of renewable energy. The reason is that green hydrogen, when we are saying, so actually what we are doing by using solar and wind power generation, that means the energy which we are generating from solar and wind, that energy we are using to electrolyze the water particles. And from that water particles, we are actually segregating the hydrogen. We are separating the hydrogen from it, and we are trying to use that hydrogen for fuel, like as a green fuel. That specific green hydrogen we are using as a fuel. There are new vehicles already started in so many parts of India as a green fuel. That means green hydrogen is being a fuel engine for a specific like bus or any specific thing which is actually supporting the renewable energy. So the purpose of green hydrogen is try to use the renewable energy for electrolyze the water particles, and then use that hydrogen for any energy generation, for any fuel consumption purpose, any kind of energy usage, we can use that hydrogen. That is why we are saying it as a green hydrogen. If we use that normal energy, like the normal thermal power plant power, and we are trying to electrolyze the water, then it is not called as green hydrogen. Here we are calling it as green hydrogen because we are using green power, that means wind or solar energy power, and then we are trying to electrolyze the water. So that's the concept of green hydrogen, but it is a emerging technology. People are now just accepting it. So with time it will grow, but now it is just on a growing phase, and there are so many innovation is going on with the green hydrogen. So most preferred renewable energy according to your understanding, what do you think? What is the most preferable renewable energy and most useful renewable energy? Anybody? Any idea, anyone?
You can reuse, sir. That's renewable energy.
No, renewable energy reuse. My question is
Okay.
here, what is the most preferred renewable energy? That means what is the most useful and what you can easily access? Like which type of renewable energy you can easily access? Can you access a hydro plant? Can you access a wind power?
Solar, sir. Solar energy.
Solar energy. So, but why solar energy?
It is plenty of energy from
Plenty
sun.
of energy. Yes, it's a very good point that plenty of energy are available. Any other point, anybody?
Free of cost and easy to harness.
Free of cost. Okay, so there is a, I think, easy to harness. I can agree that point, but free of cost we can't consider because it's not free of cost. You have to invest money when you are like putting up a project, because you have to purchase the solar cell and solar inverter. So it's not free of cost, but definitely it is very easy to harness that sunlight for your daily consumption. Okay, any other point, anybody?
The cost is very less, sir, when compared to other renewable energy. If you spent money on other sources, the cost on solar energy is cheaper, I think.
Yes, you are right. Actually, it's true that the energy charge, if we say for hydro plant or wind plant or any other thermal plant, so the energy charge, the electricity tariff, if we say, that energy production cost which will come for solar, it is very minimal. But for any other energy resources, it is huge, because solar like don't need a huge amount of maintenance or operational investment. It's only need a basic cleaning on the panel. Otherwise, there is no operational investment in solar. So that's why it is very cost effective. And yeah, you can say that the energy charge is less for solar plant. Okay, any other point, anybody?
Plus, I want to add solar can be implemented in most of the part, like in any location, because, for example, wind can be only placed in a windy area, a windmill, or in terms of a hydro power plant, there should be a dam. Then only we can utilize it, or there should be waves to utilize the waves. But sunlight is available all over the world, so we can utilize a solar plant in anywhere in the world.
That's true. That's true. So Preenan already summarized it in a good way. So I think this is the way of interactive training that we already, the point which has been mentioned in the PPT, we have already summarized that points. So again, summarize that same thing. First thing is that widespread development or deployment in many countries. Like nowadays, as a renewable energy, solar has been accepted throughout the globe. It's not about in India. China is already ahead of this particular renewable energy journey, because they have started that solar manufacturing way back. That's why they are on a like brighter step. But we are also focusing on renewable. There are so many countries like US, European countries, Australia. There are a lot of countries outside India. They are also focusing on solar energy development. Next thing is that the point we have just discussed, that easily accessible and can be installed on rooftop, ground areas or ground surface. And also we can install solar panel on the water body, which we generally known as floating solar plant. So that means you can just place a panel anywhere you want. You can place it on your rooftop. You can carry a solar panel with you for your mountaineering journey. If you are going for an adventure on a jungle, you need power, you need electricity, you can carry a solar panel, small solar panel that will enough for your charging and all those electricity need. So the main purpose of solar is that it is very easy to access and you can use it for any purpose. Okay, so that is a very useful like feature for solar plant, or we can say that solar technology. Next thing is that cost of photovoltaic panels. That means the solar cell. The cost of photovoltaic solar cell has been decreased almost 50% over the years. Like for the last decade, like for the last 10 years, what we have seen that the price of solar panel has been decreased immensely. So that means with time, it will also decrease much more. And when the solar panel price is decreasing, so actually your energy charge for the solar, which will come at the end, that will also decreasing. So that will be a huge scope for the solar plant. Now coming on to the Indian perspective. So let me tell you a specific feature or specific statistics, that is in India having the highest potential of solar plant or solar power generation. Why? Because India having the highest sunny days throughout the globe, almost 250 to 300 days per year. Like the reason is, if you have a sunlight, then you can only generate power. Now here in India, according to the seasons, if you still outskirt the rainy season, still we have almost 250 to 300 clear sunny days, which we can easily use for our energy consumption needs. Okay, so that's a very important point. If you are staying in India and you want to grow in this field, it is going to be the next big thing for upcoming 10 years. Low maintenance, I already told you. And the last point here mentioned that rapid technological development. Technological development, what we are saying by this, as sir just started with during the starting of the session, sir already told that with the time, there is a different kind of technology evolving in every sector. It can be in solar, it can be in wind, it can be in biomass, or it can be in green hydrogen. But with time, how the technology is evolving, according to this technology evolvement, there is a huge chance that we can install more power on the available area which is available in India. Like with for the next year, like within almost 2024 or 25, we can see that there is a highest panel capacity will be 1 kilowatt. One solar panel will be become 1 kilowatt. So which will be a huge thing, because when we started our career, we have seen a solar panel of 300 watt. Okay, now if you have a 1 kilowatt panel with almost the same size, then it meaning that for a specific area, now like in 2023, we can install more power rather than what we can install almost 5 years back, because that time the technology is not evolved and the solar panel capacity was less. Now the solar panel capacity is increasing day by day. Okay, so that's the reason that solar is very useful for according to the current industry. Coming on the next thing, which is very important to understand the opportunity and renewable energy scenario in India. So here, this is just a overview I want to address you, and the next step what the government is taking regarding the renewable energy, that statistics I want to show you here. So the first thing is that how many of you know about the G20 summit main theme for this year? 2023, India has been the main G20 summit. So during that G20 summit, what was our main motto from India?
Sir, it was one earth, one source.
Yes, and one
Sir,
family.
it was one earth,
One source, one family. So it is right, you are right, that one earth, one source, and one family. That means our goal, our focus from the G20 summit is we want to unite the whole world. We want to consider a globe as a single entity. It's not being divided with the different countries. And there is another term, I think you must have already understand, that one source. So one source here meaning that the renewable energy. That means, because if we just imagine throughout the globe, which energy is available every country in this whole world, and that is solar energy, that is wind energy, because that is available throughout every country in this whole world. So we can definitely utilize that energy and we can empower our energy requirement. So during this G20 summit, Indian government and also that G20 attendees set a target for India, which is 500 gigawatt by 2030. By 2030, India is focusing on 500 gigawatt of renewable energy, and also under the JNNSM. JNNSM is the Jawaharlal Nehru Solar Mission. It's a specific target what has been started by Indira Gandhi. Then Modi government has taken over this particular target, and they have set the target 100 gigawatt from solar and 175 gigawatt from renewable energy by 2022. But we are not really achieved that goal, but we are nearby that goal. That's why government also set a new target, which is 500 gigawatt of renewable energy resources by 2030. So that means we have only 7 years. Okay. And the country's vision is to become net zero country by 2070. Net zero emission. So net zero emission, how many of you know about net zero emission? What is the meaning of net zero? What is net zero emission? What does this term means?
Sir, it is it is reduce the carbon by 0%.
Yes, mostly we can say that. That means what we are trying to achieve is basically we want to reduce that carbon dioxide emission and greenhouse gas emission. Those who are actually raising the temperature of the earth, and also which are the main root cause of global warming. So that's the reason we want to reduce that emission so that we can more contribute towards the environment, right? Next, another thing is that reduce cumulative emission by 1 million tons of carbon dioxide, CO2, by 2030. So it will be achieved only if we focus on the renewable energy. Next, a very important statistics I want to address here, that is that almost an estimation says that this year after G20, almost 59.35 billion US dollar is going to be invested in solar projects only. And for wind projects, it is almost estimated that 52 billion US dollar, which is highest in any industry in India. According to the core industry, if I say, it is the highest investment has been allotted for any kind of projects. As of July 2023, according to the statistics, what we can understand that total Indian like the solar, like the renewable energy capacity is 179 gigawatt. So we have to achieve 500 gigawatt. So there are still a big journey. We have a lot of thing to do, and now solar is booming. Like 5 years back, wind having the higher capacity and solar having the lower capacity. But with time, so with the latest technology upgradation and the acceptance amongst the people are accepting it that we need the solar, because solar can reduce your electricity bill. Solar can help you on a long-term basis. So that's why people are accepting the solar. And that's the reason you can see that from this particular data, just a minute. So here you can see that wind power is 42 gigawatt, large hydro is having 46 gigawatt, but solar is having 67 gigawatt, which is highest. 5 years back, it is not the situation. That time wind having the highest capacity, but now solar is booming in India, we can say. And then waste to energy, biomass and cogeneration, that means all other renewable resources can give you only 10.2 gigawatt of generation. So here we can easily say that wind and solar having a good opportunity. Now I want to address here, this is a basic specific data why solar having the best career option for the upcoming 20 years. Why? What is the reason behind it? So to understand this particular thing, we need to understand the opportunity for this particular industry. I already told you the opportunity that according to the Indian government and Indian scenario, I already explained you. But if we say on the global level, if you say that how the outside India, how that industry is growing, or if I want to pursue a career in this particular field, is there an opportunity to go outside India? Yes, there is an opportunity. Like on the global opportunity perspective, if you see that it is not specific, only India is doing it. There are a lot of countries doing it. There are a lot of opportunity in Dubai, like Saudi Arabia. There are other countries like Singapore. Those Asia specific countries are also working on solar immensely. And every year we have seen that 20% growth in this particular industry in any country. Market expansion. solar industry is not just growing, it's booming because it dominates the renewable energy market with a 20% increase in global capacity in just 1 year. That means every year, the global solar plant capacity is increasing 20% every year. So it is the highest growth rate for any industry, you can say, right? And the next thing is that diverse career paths. So it is the most interesting and I think most easy to learn industry, and there is a very segregated process for that. And in any company, when you are working as an engineer or you are just you started your journey for the solar, there are a lot of job roles are available. You can be a solar design engineer, you can be a solar project manager, you are handling the project on the side, or you can be a like you are doing the all the documentation, all the subsidy, all the net metering process, this all the documentation stuff, or you are doing all the drawing design stuff, all the technical oriented stuff, or you are trying to sell the project, you are trying to interacting with the client, you are trying to provide the service. So there are specific job roles for this particular industry. You can choose any of the role you are interested in. If you want to work with a in-hand thing, like you are really a guy who wants to work with the real cable, real solar panel, you want to work on site, then you can definitely take a role for project engineer or project management. If you want to, if you love to managing the people, if you love to like face the challenges, you want to solve the problems, then you should go for the project management, because project management is all about the challenges. Every time we will face challenges. And also in the design role also, there are a lot of challenges will come up, because every solar project is different, every solar rooftop, because nowadays what happens, solar market is totally much more focused on the rooftop, because throughout India, there are a lot of rooftop states, like those having a huge amount of rooftops, but we are not utilizing it. So that's the reason that for every rooftop, when we do the designing, it is very challenging. Okay. Next is that global investment. If we say that, as we have just talked about that investment from Indian perspective, but throughout the global level, if we say, so we can see that by 2030, almost 2000 billion US dollars is going to be invest in this particular industry on the renewable energy side. Now here few statistics I want to show. This is the IRENA data. So according to the IRENA data, it is the old data still. You can see that solar photovoltaic having the highest job opportunity, where other liquid biofuels, hydropower, wind energy, these having a very less. So it is having huge number, that almost 4291 is the specific job opportunities are available, like on the per million basis opportunity. So solar having the highest opportunity on a global level, we say. Next is that global cumulative customer cited solar capacity by region to 2050. So if we see this data, like by 2050, where India is standing, according to the potential and according to the statistics, so by 2050, India is going to be the third largest renewable energy generator in the world. You can see that India is on the third position. First is China, then US, then India is going to be the third giant for renewable energy resources or renewable energy producer. And then this graph is basically the global investment. Now, this is, I have already talked about it, but still we want to learn more about it, which is why we should, everyone should install solar. Is it only for easily accessible, or there are other reasons? Anybody? Why we should install it in our house?
Sir,
Like,
it will reduce
yeah, please.
our electricity bill.
Yeah, it can reduce our electricity bill, but how?
And,
How?
we can get power at 24 hours without any interruption.
Okay, that means we can get uninterrupted power supply through the solar
Yes, sir.
if you are
24 hours.
using a battery with the solar. Remember,
And,
there are two types of solar.
And sir,
There are
we will help our environment.
We will also help our environment. That's true, definitely. Anybody else? Any other point which is which is coming in your mind? Why we need to go for solar?
Sir,
Okay.
I think our system will be free in after 10 to 12 years.
No, not 10 to 12 year. I'll give you the calculation. It's not 10 to 12 year is a huge timeline. It will take almost 4 to 5 years. After 4 to 5 years, you will get your money back. And then what is the generation you are getting? That is free of cost. So that is, you are right about it, but the ROI calculation you need to understand. So I will explain you later on stage about the ROI calculation, return on investment calculation. But now let me just come to this particular point, that why we should go for solar. So first thing here, one concept everyone should clear about this thing. So how many of you know about the types of solar power plant? What are the types of solar plant? Solar doesn't mean that you always have a battery or you will always have a uninterrupted power supply, or that means continuous power supply. Solar need always a support. So there are, according to that support, there are different types of solar plant. So can anybody explain about it who knows about the solar plant, types of solar plant? It is very important to understand, because nowadays what happens, most of the people understand that solar means battery. No, solar doesn't means battery. Solar can independently work without battery, but it need a grid support. Without battery also solar can work. Okay, is it clear to everybody? Without battery solar can also work. Okay. Anyone? Someone is asking question. Okay, so let me just explain you about this particular thing, that what are the types of solar plant, because after understanding the types, you can understand that why we should go for solar. So that first thing is that I think also in chat, I have seen one question. How can we select site for renewable energy plant, and what criteria should be taken into consideration? So first of all, you have to step by step, first of all, you have to identify the problem, and according to that problem, you have to go for the solution. So the first thing we need to identify that which type of renewable energy is applicable for me if I want to contribute towards the generation or energy. Is it, if I am a house owner and I want to reduce my electricity bill, what I will install? I will install a solar plant, or I will go for a hydro or wind power plant. What I will do? I want to just reduce my electricity bill. I am repeating the question. As a house owner, what I have seen that like my monthly bill is coming huge. So I want to reduce my electricity bill. So which type of energy resources I should consider? Is it solar or wind or hydro I should consider for my problem?
Sir, solar, sir.
Solar.
Solar?
Solar.
In that all,
What? Yes,
Solar.
yes, please, one by one.
सोलार से लेना है सर। ये अभी हमने को रिड्यूस करना चाहिए बोले तो अपने को मैक्सिमम अपने को 5 किलोवाट तक 2 किलोवाट से डालना है घर पे लिए, अगर अपने घर के लिए बोले तो आप, या अगर प्लांट बोले तो तुम ऑन ग्रिड सोलर अपने को प्लांट बनाते हैं, या 1 मेगावाट वो 5 मेगावाट हो 2 मेगावाट हो, अपना क्लाइंट कितना रिक्वायर्ड है उसको हिसाब से डालना पड़ेगा।
सही बात है। सो
मैं हैदराबाद से बोल रहा हूँ।
ओके ओके,
मैं भी एक सोलर इंडस्ट्री में विक्रम सोलर में काम कर रहा हूँ,
बहुत
महबूब
बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया।
रब्बानी है मैं।
That's
मैंने
great, that's
आपका यूट्यूब में अभी और एक अपने सर है उनके साथ में जुड़ के रहता हूँ मैं, उनके वीडियोस भी
Okay.
देखते रहता हूँ। आपका भी
Okay.
लिंक में आ गया है, इसलिए एक बार क्या बोल रहे क्या है।
That's great. That's great. Thanks for joining. So what I'm trying to explain here, okay, if I need to consume electricity, if I need to reduce my electricity bill, then what I will do, I will install a solar plant on my rooftop, and that solar will give me the energy during daytime. During daytime, what I am doing, daytime the solar is available, sunlight is available. So through this sunlight, the solar panel will generate power, and I will consume that power according to my requirement. And let's say on a specific holiday, I am not available in my home. That means there is no light, fan, or electricity is consuming on my home, but solar is still generating. So that extra generation, the solar is generating power during daytime. So what will happen? That power will be exported into grid. And that export thing is known as net metering. So at the end of the month, there will be a final balance bill came to you where how much energy you have exported and how much energy you have imported. That balance will count and you will get an electricity bill. And after installing solar, so many people experience almost 60 to 70% deduction on their electricity bill. Okay, so this is what about the on-grid solar plant with net metering facility. Net metering is a bi-directional metering system through which if you have a installed solar plant, you can sell your solar plant power to the government, and that government will adjust how much energy you have given to the government and how much energy you have taken from the government. Then that final balance out energy will give it to you. That final energy bill you need to pay. Now coming on the next type of solar plant, which is known as off-grid. Like as a conventional solar thing, all the students, most of the people know about that solar means battery. No, solar means battery because solar needs a backup. Because during night hours, solar will not be there. During night hours, we will have only like either we have a grid. During the on-grid system, we have a grid. When the like solar is not available, we can take power from the grid. But for where in a location like for a mountains or for very much rural areas in the jungles where the electricity line is not available, so in that case you have to use the off-grid system. And that off-grid system always needs a extra support that can be supported through battery. That means during daytime, the solar energy will charge the battery. That means the concept will be like this. During daytime, that sunlight will come to the charge controller or the inverter, and that will charge the battery. Okay, and during night hours, what will happen? This inverter will power to your house. During daytime also it will power to your house, but if you don't have any requirement during daytime, then during night time from this battery the house will be powered. And there is another term known as hybrid power plant or hybrid system. It is nothing else. It is just a combination of on-grid and off-grid system. That means it is having grid, it is having wind turbine. Let's say you have a multiple resources of power. You have solar, you have wind, you have diesel generator, you have also grid. So if you have all these power resources, then you can connect all these things through a hybrid inverter, then you can use it. So this is only a hybrid power system only applicable for a specific location where there is a frequent power cut generally happen. During daytime, if you have a power cut, then you have to go for hybrid solar plant. Off-grid solar plant is only applicable where the electricity is not available in a location where like mostly on the mountains, on the river-oriented place, on the jungles, they don't have any electricity. So in that kind of a situation, we need the off-grid solar. And on-grid solar is applicable to most of the urban areas, those who are having the easily electricity available for them, on-grid solar plant is applicable. Okay. So let's say I am living in a mountain. So which type of solar plant we should use? I don't have any grid.
Hybrid.
No, I don't have any grid option. Hybrid needs a grid option. Then what will be the answer? Off-grid will be the answer. Because we don't have any grid. For hybrid, what is happening? For hybrid, maybe you have a diesel generator, maybe you have a wind turbine, you have a solar, you have a grid also. So in this case, hybrid not applicable, but definitely off-grid is applicable if you are staying on a mountain. Okay. Now come to this particular point, that why everyone should go for solar. Now I am coming to this thing because we should understand the concept behind the solar plant types. So first thing is that cost savings. That means as per that net metering facility, as I told you. So through that net metering facility, you are actually reducing your electricity bill by exporting the energy. And also during daytime, whatever the load you have, that load is powered through solar. So that specific electricity load, let's say during summer season in your house, there are 2 AC or there are few fans, lights, continuously it is running on. So maybe your monthly electricity bill is coming 20,000 rupees. So that 20,000 can be easily reduced to 10,000 or 8,000. That means 60 to 70% electricity bill can be reduced through solar. Next thing is that it is eco-friendly, as we already discussed, that if you are using the free sunlight, then you are actually contributing towards the environment. So carbon dioxide emission can be reduced by 80%. Energy independence, as I already told you, if you have a solar plant, you are not dependent on anything. You have your own plant. And the last very important point, no one addressed that. That is if you have your residential house, if you install a solar plant on your house, that building or your property value can be increased by 4% average. So how many of you know about asset and liability? Anybody? Do you know about asset and liability? What is liability and what is asset? Liability and asset. It's a very important topic. Nowadays, it's very signifies to our living style, lifestyle, everything related to our this liability and asset concept? It is very important. Anybody? What is liability and what is asset? Any example?
Please make it interactive. You can also type it on the chat. I will read it out.
Yeah, sure.
Please, anyone?
What is the meaning of asset and what is the meaning of liability?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I think it is the high standard of gadgets.
High standard of gadgets. So gadget is a
Assets,
asset or it's a is it a asset or is it a liability?
Sir, it is assets.
Is it a asset? Okay.
Yes.
Any other example of asset?
Sir, as we use the mobile phone, so we can use mobile phone of 10,000 or 1 lakh. So I think it come under the assets.
Okay. Right. Anybody else? Anyone?
Anyone, please? It's a very
If anyone is
important concept.
comfortable in Hindi, if you anyone is comfortable in Hindi, अगर आप हिंदी में भी comfortable हो तो आप बोल सकते हो.
Sir, once again, repeat the question, sir.
The question is, what is the meaning of asset and liability? What is asset and what is liability? So already we got our answer that we are purchasing a high-end mobile phone. It is become an asset for me. So first, let me tell you, it is not an asset for you. It is a liability for you. It may be a 1.5 lakhs mobile phone, but still it's a liability. It's not asset. So it's a very important concept. Everyone, those who are those who have a plan, or nowadays you have to understand this concept, asset and liability.
Sir, I want to say one example. Sir, we have sun, plenty of energy, solar energy.
Yes.
Can we take it as an asset, sir?
Yes, but energy we are not talking about here. We are talking about the solar plant. Energy is available. Energy is available, like solar is also available, wind is also available. But I am talking about as your asset, your personal asset and your personal liability. How can you judge that? What is your asset and what is your liability? How can you judge that? That is basically the question. So let me keep it short. I think most of the people confused with this particular term. Those who don't know about this term, please try to understand this term because this is very important. And those who don't know about it, they can regret later on stage in their life. So the first thing, understand asset. Asset means which can grow or which can give you money. If you have 100 gram of gold, that gold is your asset. Why? Because the value of gold is always on an increasing graph. You have a property, you have 100 acres of land. So that land, that means it's a property. So it is basically an asset for you. But you are having a 1.5 lakhs mobile phone. It's not an asset for you because after 1 year, when you are going to sell that mobile phone from 1.5 lakhs to the value of that mobile phone will goes down to 1 lakh. So that means it's not an asset. It's a liability because every month you have to pay your like mobile bill. You have to pay the bill or you have to pay the EMI. So it's not an asset for you. Solar plant, if we say, so solar plant, during installation of the solar plant, when you are purchasing the solar panel, you are just putting up the panel on your rooftop, you are paying some money. It's on a huge basis. Like the solar plant is not cheap, solar plant is costly, but you are investing a certain amount of money, let's say 10 lakh rupees. Every month, you are saving almost 20 to 30,000 on the electricity bill after installing solar. So is it an asset or liability?
And you will
Tell me.
continuously save till 25 years with warranty.
With warranty. Solar panel can be worked till 25 years. So every month you are saving money on the electricity bill, what you supposed to pay to the government or your discom. So is this solar plant is your asset or a liability?
Asset.
Asset. It's clear to us that
Asset.
every month I am saving some money, I am getting some money from that particular thing. That means it is become an asset. Now I am giving you a very important example. Nowadays people consider it, that is the difference between electric vehicles and the fuel vehicles. Let's say nowadays we have seen that people are purchasing the electric vehicles, like electric four-wheelers, electric bikes. Okay, so electric bike or electric vehicle is actually an asset for you. But if you purchase a fuel vehicle, then actually it is become a liability for you. Everyone, please mute yourself. Please, everyone, mute yourself. Okay. So when we are talking about the fuel car, so for that fuel car, every time when you are purchasing the fuel, when you are filling up the tank, you are paying almost 100 rupees per liter, right? But for that 100 rupees per liter, you can go up to 20 or 30 kilometer, let's say 30 kilometer maximum mileage I am considering. And that same thing, if you compare with a electric vehicles, with a normal electric car. So normal electric car from single charge, you can go up to 200 kilometer, let's say standard 200 kilometer. So 200 kilometer from a single charge and 1 liter for 30 kilometer, 100 rupees 1 liter. So, and for 200 kilometer for a single charge. So for single charge will take almost, let's say 10 hours. 10 hours to charge the whole vehicle. And 10 hours, let's say 20 units per hour. So 200 units maximum it will take. So according to this particular concept, you can understand you are saving lot of money rather investing on a fuel. You are saving lot of money because of the electric vehicles. So that is why here you can say that electric vehicles is your asset. It's not a liability, but a fuel vehicle, which is a liability, because every month or every single time when I am out of fuel, I have to fill up the fuel. But I can get that fuel easily with a very minimum price through the electricity. So that is the difference between asset and liability. Those who are still having concept problem about this term asset and liability, try to find out on Google. There are a lot of content available. But this is very important. Everyone should understand this concept. Now coming on to the next part. So what are the type of solar module generally we use? Anybody know about it? Tell me. I think someone joined from Hyderabad who just raised something. So tell me about the type of technology of solar panel. What are the types of solar panel? So here you can see all. Yes, please.
Types of polycrystal, monopark. Three types of these रहते sir पूरे.
Okay. Right. So basically you can see here Okay, anybody wants to say anything, please?
Yes, sir. दिख रहा है.
Okay. So let me show you, let me tell you that one thing, remember, with time, there are so many technology evolved in this industry. And as it's a technology oriented thing, every day there is a innovation is happening. So one is generally according to the normal standard, if we say, there are basically 3 types of solar panel technology what we use. One is known as polycrystalline solar panel. Another one is known as monocrystalline. And the last one is known as thin film. Now, what is the generally according to the conventional market, polycrystalline and monocrystalline we use always, every time. Most like when this industry just started, so that time we have only polycrystalline solar cell. Only polycrystalline technology has been used like 5 years down the lane, if we say.
Yes, yes, right.
So now the point is, why polycrystalline that time using, and now we are switching into monocrystalline. Now, what is the reason behind it? First of all, 5 years back, people not really aware about the renewable energy, and people don't know about the solar. And with time, there are different technological enhancement has been happening, and polycrystalline is become having a certain problem because it is having a less capacity. And polycrystalline means it is having multiple crystal involved in this particular type of solar cell. You can see it is made up from multiple crystal structure, and that is the reason it is having less efficiency than monocrystalline. And this type of solar panel having maximum wattage up to 350 watt peak. Okay, now I am coming on the monocrystalline. So monocrystalline is just a kind of upgradation from polycrystalline. Monocrystalline means the crystal, the semiconductor device or the semiconductor material what we generally use for solar panel manufacturing, that material is generally made up from a single type of crystal. There is no multiple crystal involved in it. Same type of crystal involved in it. So that is the reason here you can see monocrystalline solar panel made from a single crystal structure, but it is having a higher efficiency, typically around 19 to 23%. And it is having a maximum wattage up to 700 watt peak rating. Nowadays, like global brands have launched their higher end solar panel is like 700 watt peak. So that is the reason people are considering monocrystalline solar panel over the polycrystalline, because monocrystalline having the higher efficiency and higher wattage rating. Now coming on the last type, like most very flexible type of solar panel we can say, because these type of panel are generally applicable for touring purpose, for easy to access conditions, for any kind of mobile conditions, like you have to carry your solar thing for your travel, you are going for the mountain, so there you need the solar panels, solar cells. Let's say we all have used calculator, right, during our study, and on that calculator, above that calculator, there is a small stripe of cell, small stripe of thing, and if you take your calculator on the like sunlight, it will start working sometime. So the reason is that particular calculator having a small solar cell, and that small solar cell is known as thin film solar cell. Thin film solar cell are generally a very like not easily accessible cells, and these are very specified requirement for solar products for like specific thing. This type of technology has been used for space, for spaceship as well. We need to use this thin film type of technology. Okay, and made by placing one or more films of PV material on a substrate. Lower efficiency, it is having a lower efficiency like 10 to 12%. Like typically 10 to 12 and 7 to 8%, 18%, it varies with the technology, but these are the very useful product for the solar oriented small items. Okay, so this is the very common type of solar cell technology and solar plant technology, we can say. Now coming on to the next slide, we have already discussed about it, that on-grid, off-grid and hybrid solar plant. Now, so here we are coming into the feasibility assessment of solar power plant or feasibility study of solar power plant. So can anybody tell me that if I am going to install a solar, what is the first thing I need to check?
Sir, it should be the radiation, solar radiation.
Solar radiation, I will check for that location. Okay, that's good. Any other answer, anybody?
फर्स्ट एरिया देखते हैं सर फर्स्ट.
Okay, that's great. Area देखना चाहिए. Okay,
Area
so we have to check the area where we are going to place the panel.
फिजिकल से एरिया चेक करना है, बाद में अपने को पूरा सर्वे करे के बाद में स्टार्ट करना है.
Okay, so the first thing we have understand that area we need to check. Any other answer, anybody? Any other thing we need to check? Like anything which is important for solar panel installation or solar plant installation?
Sir, we should see the effect of shadow.
Yes, that's great. It's important. Why we should check the shadow?
Sir, it will reduce the efficiency of
Your voice just cracked. Can you repeat it?
Sir, it will reduce the efficiency of our panel.
Yes, it can reduce the efficiency of our solar panel if the panel covering under the shadow. It's not only reduce the efficiency, it can burn the solar panel. So we have already getting 2-3 things. Another point is also still there. Anybody else? Any other point?
Customer electric bill.
Okay, it is very important that customer electric bill we need to check. That means there are 2-3 things we need to remember when someone is trying to install a solar or someone is planning to install a solar. First thing, very important thing, which is the area. How much area do you have? First thing. Second thing is the electricity bill, because according to the scenario in India or most of the like in outside India also throughout the globe, the main basic standard for solar plant installation is according to your connected load. You can install solar. Like if you have 10 kilowatt connected load, you can only connect 10 kilowatt. You can only install 10 kilowatt peak solar plant, not beyond it. Like how much is your connection limit? According to that connection limit only you can install solar. So let's say you have a huge area. You have area for 1 megawatt solar plant, but you have a connected load of 100 kilowatt. So you can only connect 100 kilowatt only. So that area doesn't matter here. Everyone, please mute yourself. So area doesn't mean here, doesn't matter, because that connected load criteria we are not matching. So for these two things always we need to check. First is that what is the connected load? According to that connected load, the maximum capacity what I can go, that I will check first. Second is that how much area do we have? Third and most important thing which we need to check, that is the shadow free area. On rooftop, sometimes what happens, there are a lot of objects, lot of things are available, and it is creating a huge shadow, and we can't place the panels because it may have a huge area, but it is having so much obstruction that it is creating shadow, and we also, there is no place for the solar panel placement. So that's the reason we have to check the shadow analysis, and that shadow analysis generally done by a software known as SketchUp. And this diagram in the background, what you can see, it has been done from a SketchUp. So I am showing you a few diagram. So this is a diagram, 3D diagram. You can see it has been done from a 3D layout diagram, 3D layout software, and through this software we have created this. And here you can see that module placement, every panel to panel shadow, the parapet wall shadow, every single shadow oriented thing we can check from here. And after that, we have to prepare this kind of generation report. I will come to that later on. And this is a diagram I need to show you. So you can see, so this is the rooftop. This is the rooftop, and this is the drone footage, and how we have created the drawing. So it is a very useful software for shadow analysis and for any kind of 3D construction. Through this software, you can easily create any kind of 3D construction. Okay. So this is the, this thing is known as the feasibility assessment. And according to this feasibility assessment, what will happen, like you can easily identify your solar plant capacity, and later on stage, there will be no shadow effect. Because if the shadow comes to your solar panel with a large span of time, that panel can burn. Okay, so that's the reason we have to always more cautious about the solar plant shadow analysis. So this is the first step, that we have to first do a proper survey. On that survey, we will try to take the dimension of that rooftop. We will try to check what are the objects are available over there, and what are the shadow is coming from that object, what is the height of that object, and according to that we try to create this kind of 3D diagram. So here you can see these are the water tanks, these are the solar panel I have considered, this is a small Mumty room, these are the normal foundations, and this is the parapet wall. So according to this, we can understand that, okay, this much of panel I can install, and according to this installation, I can get to a capacity, solar plant capacity. I can understand, okay, according to the area, according to the electricity bill connected load, I can decide my solar plant like capacity, right? Now, what I will do, I will try to give you an idea about return on investment calculation. Someone is talking about that after 10 years, your money will be returned back. Not 10 years, after almost 5 to 6 years, you will get your money back. So that calculation I want to show you. And in solar, there are two types of designing concept. One is as per the standard, like there are specific standard set for every industry. People consider a specific standard rule, a standard formula, and according to that, people design the whole thing. But for normal solar power plant, that standard sometimes differs. So that understanding I will show you. I will show you the standard calculation. Then you can understand that what should be the actual calculation. Okay. So coming on to the next slide. So here we will do this exercise. Everyone please be ready with your pen paper so that you can calculate these things. So we are doing a small math work here, a very basic thing. And one by one, you please note down all the things. So first thing, let's do some exercise. Consider the below input and define the capacity of solar power plant. So the first thing what we have, which is available area on the roof, which is 7,044.65 square feet. This is the overall area available on a rooftop. Next thing, you all can note it down, this parameter, this term also. As per the general thumb rule, to install a 1 kilowatt peak solar plant, we need 100 square feet of area. It is considered as a rooftop, not for ground mount, but considered as a rooftop. 1 kilowatt solar plant can generally need 100 square feet of area. And then as per the thumb rule, if I just try to, because as I know that 1 kilowatt solar plant can need 100 square feet area. So if I just try to divide this 700,44.65 divided by 100, then I will get how much will be the capacity possible as per the area available. So according to this particular concept, we can get that 70.44 kilowatt peak will be the capacity that can be installed according to the available area. Now coming on the energy needs, like let's say a consumer or a client or a customer who wants to install solar, but how can he know that how much solar actually I need? How can he know that? To calculate that thing, what we generally consider, we consider its energy consumption. Yearly consumed energy, how much energy that particular customer or client is consuming for a overall span of year or month or a day. So here we have a data that yearly consumed energy is 45,700 units. So it is basically my yearly energy consumption. And now again coming to a thumb rule, which is saying that as per the energy consumption, the solar plant requirement now this is as per the area, right? 70 kilowatt can be installed according to the area available. But according to the energy need, what we need, according to the energy need, how can we calculate? So general standard says that 1 kilowatt peak solar plant can generate 4 units for a day, single day. If you install 1 kilowatt solar plant, it can generate 4 units on a specific day. Average. It is an average parameter. So according to this average thing, 1 kilowatt peak solar generate daily 4 units. So how the solar, so according to this 45,700 units, what will be my solar plant capacity? So just divide this 45,700 with 365 days we have throughout a year, multiplied it with 4, because we have considered our average. So according to that, what is the capacity which is coming, which is 31.30 kilowatt peak. So according to the area, it is coming 70 kilowatt, but as per my need, as per the customer need, it is coming 31.3 kilowatt according to the customer need. But still, This is all according to the thumb rule. On an engineering industry, you cannot decide everything according to the thumb rule. Why? The reason is, here you can see, this is the drawing of that particular site, and that particular site, according to the area, according to the shadow, according to the parapet wall shadow, every single detail, according to all those things, with a 370 watt peak solar panel, I can install only 23 kilowatt peak. 70 kilowatt, it's a dream, because 70 kilowatt, we have considered the whole area. We didn't consider that there is a Mamti, there is a water tank. You can see that there are water tanks, there are tomb. It is a Gurdwara, so it is having a tomb. It is having a certain tomb. There are parapet walls also available. So parapet wall can also create shadow. So we didn't consider this thing during that thumb rule calculation. So that is the reason for solar plant design, the first step we have to do that solar plant capacity analysis from this shadow analysis thing. We have to do the shadow analysis. We have to analyze that how much solar panel I can install for this particular area, for this particular rooftop. And then I can get to know that exact capacity of solar plant. Okay. And according to that capacity, you can also decide the solar power plant generation. To understand that generation, I will also show you something else about my channel. We have a training series on my channel, all about solar, my channel. So on that channel, we have already created a training series for PVSys software. PVSys is a generation analysis software. So from that software, you can also get to know so many things. Now, here, what I am trying to explain is that, let's say, we are considering here 23.68 is my solar plant capacity. Okay, solar plant capacity is 23.68 kilowatt peak. So now the point is, how much investment I need to consider for this particular project, and how that money will return back. So here you can see that project cost per kilowatt peak price rupees 50,000. That means generally in solar, the pricing of the project can be considered per kilowatt peak rate basis. So here we are considering standard for a like per kilowatt peak basis, the price is 50,000 rupees. And the total project cost is become 11,84,000. So when I am just putting up the solar plant, I need to invest this much of money, 11,84,000 rupees. Now, according to this thumb rule, 4 units, 1 day, 4 units from 1 kilowatt plant. According to that rule, if I go, so we have a capacity of 23 kilowatt peak plant. 1 kilowatt peak generate 4 units for 365 days. So what we have done, 23.68, 4 units for 1 day, and total 365 days. Through this, I get to know that this much of energy, 34,572.8 kilowatt hour of energy I can get yearly from this solar plant. Now I am trying to calculate the savings. That means how much money I am actually saving after installing the solar plant. So this much of electricity generation, 34,572 units, actually I am generating from the plant. And if the solar was not there, that amount of energy is going to be cost me 8.5 rupees per kilowatt. General standard, if I say in India, 8.5 to 10 rupees, the energy charge, the electricity tariff. So if I multiply these two, so what I am getting is almost 2.93 lakh rupees savings for 1 year. Now what I will do, I will try to calculate that return on investment. That means the amount 11 lakh 84,000 what I have invested for this particular thing for solar, after how many years I am going to get back my money back. Like after how many years I am getting my money return. So here you can see that 11 lakh 84,000 was your investment and 2 lakh 93,000 yearly savings. So if you divide these two, it is coming around 4 years. Now here, 2-3 things is not considered. There will be a certain operation maintenance cost. There will be a certain increasing on the tariff. There are so many things we are not considered, but yeah, that return on investment period may be 4 to 5 years. Now that 4 to 5 years, you are actually getting your money back. After that, till 20 years, 25 years, like 5 years has gone, and then after this, another 20 years, you are going to get free energy. That means that for that 20 years, you are not paying anything for this solar generation. Because for the first 5 years, you still have investment. You already invested for that plant. Your money is still not returning back. But after 5 years, when your money is returning back, then after that, the energy you are getting, it is actually free. Because the money you have invested, that money already you get back. After that, the energy you are getting from the solar plant, it is actually free of cost. So that is the benefit of solar generation and solar power plant. Now I want to show you another calculation, that is the return on investment percentage. And that thing is very much important for stock market as well. If anyone interested in stock market, we always try to find out that which stock or which company is giving us a better return percentage, or any kind of SIP or any kind of investment. When we are doing, we always see that what is the return on investment, what is the ROI percentage. So that ROI percentage for solar is maximum for any stock, anything in this industry. Solar is having the highest ROI. So here you can see that ROI percentage value, how to calculate it. Net income divided by cost of investment. Net income means for the 25 years, like how much income you are generating. So yearly, I am generating this much of amount of money, and for 25 years, I will generate, if I just multiply these two, and then divide your investment, how much money you have invested. So according to that, you will get a ROI percentage. Now you can divide this ROI percentage 620.5 for 25 years also. Like if I need to understand that yearly return, so you can see almost 24.82, which is, you can find out any stock, any SIP, anything, FD, any investment, they can only give you up to 10 to 12% return, not beyond it. Nobody can give you 10 to 12, 15% maximum. You can get 15% from the return on investment. But here you can get up to 25%. But yeah, it is on a higher side. There are so many things can be calculated. Everyone, please mute yourself. So through this concept, we can understand that from solar, if I invest money, I can get a return back with a certain ROI percentage. Okay, so this is the concept of return on investment. Anyone having any question regarding this, you can ask. Anybody? Hello.
You can ask us any doubts.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Hello.
Thank you, Mr. Hello, can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you out. Okay, now here one thing I want to address. It is we are just almost at the end of this particular session. So if you want to learn more about solar, or if you want to learn about this type of 3D design, what we have discussed today, and you want to know about the calculations, all these things, you can go to this particular website. Sorry, this is my channel, all about solar. You can just visit it. I'm just opening up it here. So this is my channel. We have lot of content about solar technology upgradation. There are a lot of content about the solar plant generation. We have a training series on PVCs. You can see that every session having a episode. So one by one, you can understand the episode and we can learn about the PVC software. So this is a free channel, free content available for you only. And there is another thing, you can go for this, which is our training institute, and we have a course from our side, which is known as the Advanced Solar Design course. So this is basically the course, Advanced Solar Design course. Already 70 plus candidate taken this course. This is a full-time course, and we are trying to uh, develop the skill of the engineers so that they can ready for the industry. So in this particular course, we are covering so many things like this kind of drawing preparation, that 3D layout, what we have just discussed, this kind of drawing preparation. How can you prepare this kind of drawing? How can you create a SLD, single line diagram, which those who are from the electrical background, you must have known about the SLD. So single line diagram, how to create this kind of diagram in AutoCAD software. And there is another software which is known as the mother software for solar plant, that is known as the PVSys. So PVSys is a generation tool, and already we have a tutorial for the PVSys. So from the PVSys software, you can create this kind of generation report. Here you can see that from this particular solar plant, it is a 23.68 kilowatt peak solar plant. We can generate up to 33.59 megawatt hour per year solar generation. So this software actually take the data, weather data, solar inverter data, panel data, then it summarize you with a report. So this is basically the report. So how to create this kind of thing, how to use the softwares, and about the technicalities of solar power plant, every single detail we generally consider in this particular training. You can see this is another diagram. So this training is focusing on that. We are trying to create you a solar design engineer, considering all the necessary skills you need, and how to like do the real time project. Because in our training, what I am trying to express, which is about the real time project, the project which has been designed by me and my team, and which has been installed by our company. Because we have 3 partner company, those who are working in solar. We have a design firm, we have connected with lot of solar professionals, and we have a community. So you can just go to our About Us page, and here you will find out videos about our team, those who are into our team. There are so many co-founders are also available, what is our goal, and as well as you can contact us through this form, and different kind of courses we have. And if you go to our homepage, you will find out this recent event what we have done. We have connected with so many colleges. We have done live seminars. We are opening for the webinars, and as well as you can find out a community option in our website. This is the option, join WhatsApp group. This is a free solar community where you can ask questions about your doubts about solar plant. If you have interest about solar plant, you can directly ask questions on this community. Okay, and we also update about our project, our recent journey, our recent courses on the community as well. And regarding this advanced solar design course, this is a full-time course which we generally give you access for 1 year. And for this course, you can get some discount if you do it like within 10 days, because we have just doing it for you guys only. So in this course, we are providing 35 recording videos, and on that recording videos, session wise, there are different kind of recording videos are there. As we have discussed today, so that kind of recording videos are there. And after registering with us, you can get the access of those videos, and according to your timeline, you can watch the video and you can practice for it. And after completion of this training program, we will also give you job opportunities. And every alternative Sunday, we have live session, like the session what we have done today. So every alternative Sunday, we have live session for all the doubts which is coming for this particular training. Those who have purchased training, they are really satisfied and they are doing great in their job. So if anyone wants to join solar, or if anyone having an interest in solar, you can definitely check out this course. Okay, you can talk to Mr. Preenan Banerjee. I'm just Preenan, please type your number on the chat box.
Yes,
Preenan
yes, I'm typing my number.
Yeah. Preenan is giving your number, and please give your mail ID as well. Otherwise, you can just came to this website, heaveninstitute.in. On this website, you can just let us know about your query. If you want to do something about solar, we are ready to help you out. So that's all from my side. Anybody having any questions, you can ask. And for free learning, our website is available. Like our YouTube channel is also available. Our community is available. So for free learning, you can do that. Those who want to enhance themselves in solar field, those who want to join the solar field, for them, this advanced design course is recommended, because it has been designed for students like you, those who want to join the field. Any question, anybody, you can ask.
Yes, sir. Can I have some questions for to clear with you? Can I?
Yes.
Yeah,
sir.
sure.
What educational qualifications are typically required for the career in the solar energy sector?
A very basic understanding of engineering field. It's not about that you need to become a BTech engineer or a BE engineer, but definitely you should have a science background during your 10th, 12th, or you have a diploma, then it will be very helpful. But still, we have prepared this course considering very basic things.
Plus, every quarterly basis, we have exams. So those who want to apply for placements, they have to, sit for the exams. Then we evaluate everyone and give placements. Because we are connected with the community, most of the companies approach us for skilled manpower.
Because
So
what
basically-
happens with the recent solar company, what happens, like let's say you guys are already engineering graduates, like, but the problem is in our academics, what we learn during the project scenario, during the practical scenario, it is totally different, because it needs a certain knowledge of the software, certain knowledge of the technicalities about the solar plant. There are calculations
So
involved
please
in
provide
it.
the certification.
Certification is also there from us. We provide the certification when someone join us. If someone complete the whole course and also perform the exam, then we provide the certificate. Okay, so that specific process is there, and most of the company looking for skilled manpower. They are not looking for freshers, because the problem with the fresher is company try to build them, try to train them. After a certain period of time, that employee leave that company. So it is becoming a burden for the company. So that's the reason company needs the skilled manpower. So where we are helping them and also we are helping the students to build that skill, because we know the industry related things. We know that what industry needs. So that's the reason that we are trained you in such a way so that you can be a part of this industry.
I have already
Okay.
typed my number on the chat. Please note it down. It's I am also like telling it 907-3348-111. You can contact me anytime regarding the course.
And you can find us about hire in LinkedIn, in YouTube, in Facebook, in Instagram, everywhere we are available. Our team is available. So you can just find out our institute is everywhere. We are doing it for a good cause. Our purpose is very clear.
Sir,
We
when
want
will
to
you
build.
provide the certification link, sir?
Certification is related to the course. The course what I am talking about here. You have to perform the course. You have to purchase the course. You have to complete this whole course.
Yes, you can fill this form first. We will connect with you as well.
So certificate is depend on the course. This particular course you have to complete. Then we will provide you certificate. But in our institute, we always say, don't come to us for certificate. We are not here just for the certificate. We are here for the learning. If you need certificate, then go to any institute or anywhere else. We are not really focused on certificate. We are more focused on learning. So if you want to learn, then come to us. Don't come to us for certificate. Certificate is nowadays in any industry, certificate doesn't matter. Your knowledge matters. If you know the things, if you have certificate, it will like someone added benefit. But if you don't have any certificate, but if you still know the things, then it is very helpful for you. So we believe in the learning, not the certificate. But if you complete the course, then you will get the certificate.
And you have to give the exam. And mostly during interviews, they won't see the certificate. They'll ask you questions and you have to answer practically.
It's not about the certificate. In the real field, certificate matters according up to your academics. But in the real field, which is matters, it is about your knowledge.
Exactly.
Okay. Sir, could you please share your number, please, again?
Yes.
Yeah, please note it down.
Yeah, I have typed it over here.
90733 48111.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Any question? Any doubt you can ask?
Sir, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, this is Kanaraj. I'm calling from Tamil Nadu. Actually, I'm working in Polytechnic as lecturer, sir. Just you have said about you are tying up with some colleges. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, definitely.
What sort of proceedings you are doing there? What sort of benefits students can get out from your coaching? What are the process that we can initiate? Like
Yes,
that we
definitely,
need
sir. Yeah. So the thing, sir, we are focusing right now is, as I told you, sir, basically what is happening that the engineering graduates, those who are, or the diploma graduates, those who are just passing out from their like colleges, they don't have enough knowledge about the industry. They don't know how the industry works, or what are the software, or what are the technicalities they should know. So our purpose is to train them. So let's say if you are from a polytechnic college, so what we can do is like, we can do seminars. Okay, we can do a very preliminary seminars. If students wants to know the basics about solar, then we can do it for a very minimum charges. And if someone is really interested to join this field, then we have individual courses for them. That course what I am talking about, this solar design course, because this course has been created, keep it in mind that someone who don't know solar, he can understand solar from this course.
Okay. Fine, sir. If it is means it will be in offline or online, sir. Will you be
It
able
is
to?
online. It is
Yes,
online. It is not offline. The reason is behind. The main reason is behind is basically that it's a long-term course. Okay. We are providing almost 1 year duration for this course. and it will take almost like 3 to 4 months to complete the whole training, because it is having almost 100 hours plus recording videos. And alternative Sunday, we have doubt clearing session that is on live. That is live interaction, just what we are doing right now.
Okay, sir. The details, where can I get the details, sir? Further details I want to convey this message to management or like that.
You can
Yes,
contact me
definitely, sir.
directly, then I will provide you with all the specific details you require. I have
Okay,
given
sir.
my number on the chat.
Okay, sir.
You can just take the number of freelancer number and our mail ID from the chat, or else
Okay.
anytime you can just visit our website. You can
Okay.
just go to our website, this heaveninstitute.in. Here,
Okay.
there is a contact us option. And from here, you can find out our mail ID or phone number.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. It was wonderful session for
heaveninstitute.in.
us. Okay, sir. Thank you.
That's great. Anybody else who is having any doubt regarding the same?
Yes, sir. What
Yeah,
are
please,
the
please.
various what are the various job roles available in solar energy sector, and what are their responsibilities?
Okay, it's a very good question. So the first thing is that there are so many job roles are available, but here we have to choose two things. One, there is a on-field job and there is a office-based job. Okay. Now, on-field job related to like project management, project engineering, like when the real-time project is being installed, that time you have to monitor the whole thing. You have to like arrange the labor. You have to manage the whole work. You have to maintain the timelines. So this is all about the on-field job purpose. Now, if you say the opportunity for the design specific, like office-based job are specifically technical oriented, where you have to do all the calculation. You have to design the whole solar power plant, as I shown you. You have to design what will be the generation for the solar plant. There will be certain options, like there will be certain challenging plants is also there. So in that case, how to resolve that challenge, that is a job role of design engineer. So design engineer starts the work, then project engineer take over that work, then project management team lead that project, and then after completion of that whole thing, that whole project surveillance under the O&M, operation and maintenance team. So there are basically, if I just try to segregate this whole thing, there is another team, which is the documentation team. So this whole having a specific section, it all starts with the survey and solar plant design. Then it goes to the project engineer, then project management, then the documentation part, and then it goes to the operation and maintenance. So there are a lot of job roles available. Now you have to decide where you are interested. Now, nowadays, solar design is most evolving job role, we can say, because there are a lot of opportunity. But rather than solar design, there are also interesting roles like the project management, project engineering, this O&M management. So there are a lot of things available. You have to choose according to your choice, your interest as well. And being a girl, solar design engineer is the best job role, because on-field work is too tough for the normal employers.
Yeah, sir. This is Niranjan.
Yeah, Niranjan, please tell me.
I have one question. How can we gain the practical experience in solar industries? Is there such a internship or entry-level positions in there?
There are internships are there with specific companies, but very few companies are providing internship. The main problem is that, as I told you already, that problem is most of the people don't know about the technicalities and those things, because it is an engineering oriented industry. Okay. And if you go for a on-field work is literally different. It is not like that other engineering sector. On-field work is just like you have to put up the structure, then you have to connect the solar panel, and then you have to connect it with the inverter and all the components. But to understand that particular thing, we are the only institute, those who are doing that same thing, but we are doing it online because offline it is not possible to complete the whole thing. So that is why we are doing it online with the real-time project. And internship oriented, if you want, there are certain company those who are doing internship, but that same problem will came up like after 2-3 months. They always facing that challenge. They do that internship, but after a certain period of time, that employee is not sometimes connected with the team, or they are not enough capable to take that whole technical understanding from it. So that is the main challenge.
And the
But
basic
if you
necessity, yes, yes, and the basic necessity is if you know the technical aspects through design, then only you can perform on the site. Because most of the people doesn't know anything about the basic design of the solar plant and how it works. So how can you perform on the site? And mostly the site work are done by the, the lowercase, the labor works are there mostly, and there is one site in charge, those who check out the whole site. So basically, for engineers, the main direction is to be a design engineer first in the solar field.
Yes. Design engineer, also you can be a project engineer who is trying to manage the thing, but it's up to you, like where you want to go. But before going to that particular stage, you have to learn the technicalities. You have to learn the basics. So where we focus on, our focus is to clear the basics, because most of the people don't know about the basics. Like today, we have discussed on a very basic manner, but there are a lot of things which we don't know. So the reason is, sometimes what happens, we don't know the basics. That is the reason that it is impacting our future, our next step. So that is the reason we have started this, and our focus is to clear the basics so that you can work in any job role in solar industry. Okay, so I think anyone having any questions? Or else we can end it up here. Hariharan, are you there?
Sir.
Yeah,
Hello, sir.
hello. Hello.
Sir,
Yes.
what are the main challenges and obstacles one might face when pursuing a career in solar energy?
Can you repeat it? I didn't get your point.
Okay, sir. What are the main challenges and obstacles one might face when pursuing a career in solar energy?
Okay, right. It's a good question. So it depends. First of all, sometimes what happens that solar is a core field. Okay. So when we started our journey, like if I talk about myself, so I started my journey almost 8 years back. So during that time, when I placed in a company, so I get a very small amount. It's just like a like internship amount of money. So this is sometimes becoming a huge challenge for lot of engineer and lot of students. What I've seen nowadays, people before getting the job, before knowing the reality, they always ask for money. That how much package I will get, how much money I will get. So first, my advice to all the like youngsters out there, those who are just listening to me, my first advice is to don't go for money. If you go for money, then your passion, your interest will not be there. You are just become a machine, nothing else. You can get a huge money for working in any company, like looking for the good money or good package, but you become a machine because you are doing it without your interest. So first thing, what you have to find out, that is your interest. If you have interest in solar, then came to this industry, not for the money, or not for everyone is doing it. Solar is emerging, renewable energy is emerging. Don't go for this. Go for two things. If you have interest and you can see that, okay, I can make a future out of this particular industry, then you should come to this industry. First thing. Second thing is that from core field, those who are working in core field, like we started with a very small amount, but now we are running 3 companies. We are the entrepreneurs. So we have started the journey very small level, but with time, with our learning, with our learning in this core field, we can grow as well. Just like in software, what happens after a certain period of time, that money, that salary got stuck. But in core field, it can increase up to immense. You can get a like 50%, 100% increment also. In solar sector, in core field also, you can get a huge amount of increment with time, with performance. It all depends about your dedication, your consideration. Now, here the challenge stays that during that first 1, 2, or 3 years, that time you have to struggle a lot. That time people won't be able to take that. They try to okay, solar is not emerging, I'm not getting the money, I'm not getting the salary. Then they leave it. You should not leave it if you want to grow. And the last thing is that knowledge gap. Most of the people in industry, those who have already working, they have a problem in their mindset. That is, they already have a job. Then why should go for learning or all those things? Why we should update? But there is the problem, and that is the main problem. If you are doing a job, you are doing a job in any company, on a specific single company, but there are thousands of company for that same job is doing it, and everyone is doing it on their own way. So that is the reason we have to upgrade ourselves with the technology, with the trends, with the skill set. That is very important. So I think these are the very basic challenges, but mostly the main challenge is the salary, starting salary. Starting salary is not too heavy, but you will get a decent package. If you want to stay in this industry, then you will get a money. And if you are more knowledgeable on your skill, if you know your thing, then you can earn much more than a salaried person. Because here freelancing opportunities are there, here business opportunities are there, here project management opportunities are there. So lot of opportunities are available in this industry. Okay. Anything else?
Yes, sir.
Do you have
Thank
any?
you, sir, for your kind
Yeah.
and energetic answer.
Yeah, someone is asking something.
Sir, we have some opportunity to get a live project design in the advanced course of designing?
Our course is specifically designed on the live project analysis only. What are the thing we are going to train in our course? Every single thing is live project example only. The design what we do, that design already done. You can see on the Google Maps on the specific location. When you do the training, you will find out that how we train. We generally train on the live project, that project which has been already installed, the project we are going to design for any client. That's every single thing we take into the consideration.
Even floating power plant design is included in our course. So large scale
Yes.
floating solar plants we have already designed. We will show you that on the course.
Yes.
Okay. And sir, I just want to know that if we are the individual person, we have that opportunity to have some complete one design by guidance of you on the session.
Yes, that will be there. That is totally depend on the timeline, because we have doubt clearing session on alternative Sunday, and that complete guidance is already there with our training. So we are not going to repeat that same thing, but after completion, like when you are watching the videos, you must have been challenging something. So we can clear all your challenge and doubt on the doubt clearing session. But on specific session for a specific design, we don't have that kind of option. But what we have the videos. You can watch according to your timeline, and then you can came to us, sir, I am not able to understand this particular thing, please clarify me. Then our role is came in, I will clarify you all your doubts. Okay.
Okay. Thanks for your session, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So I think we can end it up here. anybody who wants to connect with us, you can just go to our YouTube channel. And I have a specific request to everybody. Please try to subscribe my channel, because we have done a lot of content, and this is all for you guys only. Okay, so you guys, if you want to learn more about the solar technology, and we have done lot of seminar, we have done exhibition recently on REI. We have so many real-time project calculation. So every single thing you can find out in my channel. So you can follow me on all about solar in YouTube. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for
Now,
joining.
now I call upon Mr. Harikaran to release the speaker appreciation certificate.
Thank you, Mr. Amir Krishna Pandey, sir. I am very happy to present you the certificate of the appreciation.
Thank you.
Yeah, just a minute, sir.
Sure, sure.
So this was
Okay,
your
thanks.
certificate. I'm very happy to present you this.
Yeah, please, you can share this on our mail ID.
Yeah, sir.
That mail ID we have discussed. And I think it's a great session, and I would love to connect with you again whenever any young like students or candidates wants to know about solar. I am always there.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, sir, I will give my vote of thanks. Good evening, everyone. I stand before you filled with gratitude and a deep sense of appreciation. As we come to the close of the enlightening session of Igen Green Talks, on behalf of young professional community, I extend my heartful thanks to each one of you for your active participation, thoughtful engagement, and enthusiasm throughout this event. First and foremost, our sincere gratitude goes to our esteemed speaker, Mr. Amir Krishna Pandey. His insightful discourse on how to build a career in solar energy sector has been nothing short of inspiring. Mr. Pandey, sir, your expertise, passion, and willingness to share your knowledge have left an indelible mark on all of us present here today. Thank you for your valuable insights and time. I would also like to express our deepest appreciation to all the attendees. Your active participation, thoughtful questions, and eagerness to learn have contributed immensely to the success of the event. Your presence here today is a testament to our dedication to environmental sustainability and our interest in shaping a brighter future through solar energy. A special note of thanks goes to the organizing team and volunteers who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this event a reality. Your dedication and hard work have ensured the seamless execution of Igen Green Talks, creating an atmosphere conducive to learning and collaboration. We are grateful to Igen for providing us with these wonderful resources, enabling us to host this event. Your support has been invaluable, and we sincerely appreciate your partnership. Last but not least, I want to thank our audience once again. Your presence here today signifies your commitment to the cause of sustainable energy and environmental conservation. It is your passion and dedication that drives events like this, and we truly honored to have such an engaged and enthusiastic audience. Thank you once again for being a part of Igen Green Talks. Best wishes in all your future endeavors. Thank you all.
Thank you all for joining us today. We'll catch you guys in our next meeting or next talk. Till then, take care. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, sir. All of you, please fill your certificate link. We provide the certificate link for this participation. Just go through that form and fill that form. Bhadarni, take your section.
The participant certificate link posted in chat box. Please fill it. Thank you all.
Hari, please post the certificate link in live also.
Already done.
Yeah. Once you all are filled that form, leave your sections.